Hello and welcome back to the channel. I managed to get a few bits done off camera. There's been a lot of cutting, a lot of grinding. This Mini Moke is turning out to be a heck of a project. We always knew that getting into it, and it's not surprised us. I'm going to show you, I've done some stuff off camera, and since you saw the last one, I did manage to get this panel all buttoned up, and this on with its return. I've got some straightening out to do, but I'll have to do that once I brace it all up. With that being said, I'm going to remove this off here so that I can get the floor pan on, which coincidentally in today's episode I'm going to be offering up this floor pan and making a plan of how I proceed forward. I've already decided, so the floor pan hugs this side here and this side here. There's a bit of an air gap in between the two as well. There's like a void here. So I probably want to put some kind of coating on this before it gets buttoned up. At least a primer like I've done here, which is actually a good thought. I need to fast weld this in, tack this in place underneath so this is fixed, and then I can cut through this weld so that then I can slide floor up behind that, and that goes over the top of the floor. On that side I can bend this out a little bit so that I've got room to fold that behind there. This I can't move now, but that should have been over the top of the floor, I now understand, which is a bit annoying. I could move it, I could start cutting it off, but don't really want to, as you might imagine. I'll see how that decision goes. I'm currently thinking to cut slits in the side of the floor pan, which I think would also work. But I've just got to decide how that pans out for me. But yeah, this side's easy. This side's wide open. All the panels can then go on top of the floor pan, and jobs are good as this. I think I've got to modify that side. Some consideration to do there. I hate going back and redoing work that I've already done. That's where I'm at. I didn't have the foresight to figure that out beforehand, but as long as we get it right in the end, that's all that really matters, isn't it? Thanks again for sticking with the channel. Thanks again for the support. I've noticed that about 90% of people that view my videos haven't subscribed. So if there's one thing you could do for me today, is please hit the subscribe button. Let's see if we can get that subscribe count up. We're at about 240 right now. I'd love to hit 300. If we can hit 300, that'd be mega. That'd be a milestone for the channel, and I'd appreciate it if you can help me. That would be lovely. Thank you so much. But yeah, so yeah, I need to paint. I need to get some paint on that because that's going to be a void. That's going to be locked in as a void once that floor plate goes over. Oh, and yes, I didn't say, in between this and the last video, I managed to get this seam welded in, and I actually did a really good job. I was really happy with my welding. I just didn't happen to get it on camera, but that's how it is, isn't it? There's one or two little blow-throughs. There's one there. So some progress going on. This went in. This could be cleaned up a little bit better. I will get to that. Oh, there's some exciting news. You see that blue on my arm? I've had some paint mixed up, and I'm going to paint, as I keep mentioning, I'm going to paint that underside before the floor pan goes on, while it's accessible. So I've had a blue paint mixed up. I'll put the RAL code up on the screen. I think it's a bit too blue. I was hoping to try and get a squadron blue, but I'm having a hard time with it. I've had a blue mixed up. It's a little bit more modern. It's got a RAL code, and it's a bit too blue, but I quite like it. It's a nice colour. Does it hurt the project? I don't know. We're going to paint underneath there in that blue and see how it comes out. We've gone with an enamel paint. There's pros and cons to enamel and not enamel. Let's see how it looks. We'll see. We'll give it a go. So we're going to be painting, hopefully this week, that's going to be getting painted. All right, crack on. Let's try and get this floor pan on somewhere near or something like. But first, I think I need to tack that in so that I can undo that and bring that out to slide the floor in. So I'll get the welding gear and we'll crack on with that. Okay, so I'm just going to put a couple of tacks underneath here and tack this piece in. Then I can cut this piece off. And then I can offer up at least this side of that floor pan. And I think I need to chop some on the other side, which I'm not overly impressed about, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, that's potentially all the welding I need to do today. Took me longer to set the machine up. Let's see. And you know what we say, don't forget your PPE. Okay, so all I've done there is relieve that weld of his duties. So I just cut the weld off and then run the disc between the two. So he's now free. So I could potentially bend him out a little bit so I can slide that floor pan back there. Yeah, I need to decide what I'm doing down there. I'm going to try and do it without dismantling what I've done, because I really hate going back once I've made progress. However, if it means it's a better finish, I will dismantle. I'd like to avoid it though. This is actually quite heavy. It's probably, I think it's 1.2 mil. Yeah, it's I think it's 1.2 mil steel. It's got a bit of weight to it. So this is going to add a lot of structure, a lot of rigidity to the car. There we go, that's that. That's that. Oh shit. Maybe it's easier if I lay the car down flat. Okay, what I'm going to do is, I kind of want to put the car bottom side up. Does that help? I think it does help me. Because what I need to do is split this. This shouldn't be all the way up. This needs to come up at this end. And I can't do it right now. There's too much pressure on everything. So I've got to split the distance. It doesn't go flush against these panels. There is a gap in between it. And right now, I've pretty much got it flush. So I'm going to try and block the car up. Obviously, I've got to worry about the, what we're calling that, the windscreen. The windscreen dashboard coming up at the front, so I need more blocks at the back than I do at the front. Hopefully we've got enough gear in the garage to do that. Be nice if I could use the lift, but that's not an option today, so that's all right, we'll figure it out. All right, I'm gonna figure that out and come back to you. It's gonna mean a bit of reorganizing, but we're used to that. I could cut a little tab off this, cut a tab off there, cut a tab off there, cut a tab off there. So if I, like I just said, if I cut a tab off that, a tab off that, and a tab off that, that can all be welded on back afterwards. I find the correct position of the floor. I can make them bigger if I need to make them bigger. I need to then cut a slit in the floor to go through that, and that, and that. But that's okay, and it'll find its place. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put the floor back on there now. I'm going to mark up where these slits need to be cut for these three panels for it to go in. I'll cut them tabs off. I might even just fold them back, and then all I've got to do is nip them back on. Is that the way to do it? I'll try that. That might work. And then see how it fits. We just want to see how it fits, and we'll go from there. Let's try that. Let us try that. I'm just going to lever that out the way, like that. That's interesting. See that going on behind there. Why is that? Is that original? He's going to get in the way. Leave that one on. Can I leave that one on? I think I need to take that one off. I think they need to come. Floor's going to go back on. I'm going to mark up where these panels are to make some small slits in the what would be the outer sill. That's the inner sill. This is going to be the outer sill. Let's see what we can do. Sure. Not so easy on your own, this. It's about where it wants to be. All right. The fitment, I'm going to cut a slit in there so it can brace that. This one slots in down there. Lovely. This one I'm going to leave to the last. It might or might not fit once I get that in. But I think I just need to take off a couple of mil there just to clear this panel. Okay. And then what I need to do is split the gap. I guess I'll find a centre line on this and the centre line on that and match the two up. The front end's going to be tricky because I've got no reference point right now. Let's see. We'll start by cutting this and sitting it in. Hopefully when I've cut this it's going to sit on flat. Let's see. Have ear protectors on. All right, I want to get that side in first because this side will just go in nicely. If I can get around somehow. Going on there. So I've got a piece in here. You can see that it's not flush into the corner. I think that return is supposed to weld onto this panel. So what I tried to do is stretch it and weld it onto that panel. So I'm going to cut him off. get this in place, and I'll re-weld a new piece on. It'll fasten to the sill. I think that's exactly what's going on there. What's that side looking like? Suspicious. Suspicious. Can't get even without putting that. I need a fresh disc on there so I've got more reach. Go underneath. See what's going on under there. What we're looking at here. Nowhere's touching. Nowhere's catching. Stopping it going all the way back. How far back is that supposed to be? That's the back to the back, isn't it? The back is the back. I need that up to there. Why can't I get that up to there? It looks equal to both sides. What's stopping it? Maybe just that. Okay. Not good to you. I have no idea how that film was going to come out. I'm not a fan of rolling about on dirty garage floors. It's not my favourite pastime. Release that side as well. So it looks like I need to cut a tab off this. I don't want to go too big though. But I don't suppose it. I can always fill it in after. I'm gonna cut a bit off. PPE. Come on now. I spend all day talking about this at work. I need to follow my own rules. Need a bit more off there. I think you've got to remember, it's just metal. It can always go back on. Okay, so I've taken a notch off here. Opened this notch out. Opened him up, bent him back. Hammered that one up a little bit. I am trying to do damage limitations to a certain degree. I don't want to be creating loads of work for myself. But I also want to get a good fit and get it in. Nice. So that's looking pretty good. What's that there about? Shit a brick. It's hot in here. Getting hot and bothered today. So it's not a million miles away now. I think I'll be able to pull all that in together. A quick look. That's close, so I can cut that off there, cut that in. I don't know what's supposed to happen here. I might trim a bit off the floor pans just so I don't have that gap. I don't know why there's a gap there. I don't think that's supposed to be there. This will sit in nicely here. Yeah, I can feel underneath that's sitting on the inner sill nicely. That'll match it there. That'll pull up there and close this gap up. It's practically there. So I think I'm going to seam seal these two pieces together. I'll spot weld this in onto here as it was before, and then it gets spot welded from underneath as well. So that's solid. On the other side, some issues here because of, well, for one, there's a twist in the panel which will come out once it starts going in. It's going to take a lot of clamping and bracing. I need to trim this edge off here so this can get all the way down. That's looking decent. Yeah, I need to cut that in. I left a little bit of excess off just so I can verify it, but I'm happy with that. I'll cut into that corner. I wonder if we need to put the toe board in for a look. So we're doing all this since it's the next part of the puzzle. Does that fit nice like that? It's got to go like that. That's got to go on the outside. Got to. I'm going to do the relief cut in this as well because it just makes that fit so much better. It's totally reversible. It's easy. There we go. Should have just done that in the first instance. Okay, I'm just going to cut this in a little bit here to line up with this corner. I've done with that corner. Sitting on that panel in there nicely. To knock that. That fit in it. Wow, it's hot. I'm just going to look through some old pictures of how that toe board was built up. Okay, yeah, so toe board goes on the outside over the top of that panel. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to put some primer on those bits that are going to be tucked inside. I'd like to show a better fit of that actually. I think we can do better. I think we can put some self-tappers in it or something, just to hold it in place a little bit. What do we think? Just little bits here and there, preventing it from going where it needs to. It makes all the difference when it comes to the final fettle. See? So we've got some self-tappers. Okay, I do have self-tapping screws. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get as a fit for today, without breaking into too much of a sweat. We don't want to do that, do we? It's looking tight. There's not far for it to go now. Quite at the back there, is it? Not coming back. What's stopping you coming back? What's stopping it coming back? So I see this back edge here isn't quite straight, and that's catching on the other side of the heel board. So that's preventing the top edge go back anymore. I'm just going to nip that off a little bit. There we go. Much better. Hammer's always at the opposite side to where you want it. Same thing going on here as well. Okay, I'm going to put some paint on. Next time I come back, I'll have some self-tapping screws, and we can really offer that up and see how it's going in. But I think we've got a decent idea. I think we're not a million miles off what it needs to be like. It's going to take some fettling. As you've seen already, I've spent the best part of an hour trying to coax it roughly into place. So there's definitely some work to do there. I'll better get it off now. Before I put paint on, I've just decided I'm going to put another seam weld on the inside of that inner sill on that side. It's pointless me painting the back edge and then burning through the paint with the weld. So I'll get that on there now while I've got the gear set up, and that'll take me to the end of today. Okay, we've seen the floor pan's going to fit. Been a bit of a mission, but it can only be easier next time we do it. I've just seam welded this guy in on the back side, so it's been seam welded on both sides now. There was that slight overlap joint, if you remember me explaining in the last video, so that's been seam welded in. I've got to clean up that. Some of my welds there are really messy. I didn't have the gas turned on first time. End of the day, I get tired. I probably shouldn't do more, but I always try and push on. I'm not going to paint today because I've got to clean up welds. Next time I'm here, I'm going to put some primer on the surfaces that aren't ever going to be seen again. We will be putting blue on this place where we want to get it. Floor pan's nearly going in. I guess they always say things get worse before they get better, and that's where we're at. I'm having to undo a few things that I've done. That's all right, we're making progress, we're getting there, we're getting it done. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Like I said, 90% of our viewers aren't subscribed. And we have 1,200 views per month. Let's get to 300 from this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sticking with us. We appreciate it. Project Mini Moke is coming along. Lots of other stuff on the channel. Project 911. You name it, we're doing it. Thank you so much. See you next time. Thanks for watching JM Garage. Thank you.